let's do a van tour of our 2016 Promaster, what we call the ultimate boondocker. You can see it's based on the 1500. We tinted the windows to try and give it a little less solar gain. So we did an optional add-on kit here, which gave us a full pivot of the passenger seat. That allows us to go from hanging out in the back to navigator. If we go inside, we put in a new Bluetooth stereo that I wired hot all the time, so we can always turn on the stereo. We put in a backup camera down here. I permanently mounted this in because it's always an issue with what we see back there. I've got a small solar panel that I keep on the dash. This goes back into the van battery system to make sure that if we run the stereo, that we're always keeping the van battery topped up. And let's move into the back.
Your speakers.
Now, I've also added a couple of speakers here because the ones that came with the factory setup were just not very good. Back here, we've got a Dometic fridge that runs off the 12-volt system. So this is where we start separating out the two electrical systems. The stereo and the van itself, they run on the van battery. Everything else is running off of the solar panels and the Yeti setup that we have in the back that I'll show you here in a minute. So we've got our fridge set up here. What I did on the floor was I put down what is basically a gym floor. Give it some nice squish and take out some of the road noise. And then we laid a rug on top of there to try and hide any of that badness. We put in a drawer set and cabinet set from IKEA. I built the countertop out of a piece of 150-year-old pine that somebody else had that we planed down, joined together, and built the countertop.
Thank you, Frank. We love you.
I had to put in this. This is on a spring hinge system. This keeps the drawers closed so that every time I make a left, I don't spill out everything. Under the sink, so the main water system is in the back. This is actually like a gray water system, so I have the ability to shut a valve down there and just fill this tank with water out of the sink. I also have the ability to open that valve and dump it on the ground. I'll show you when we go around the other side of the van.
Here's our countertop. Frank's tree, 150 years old.
We built shelves, so every bit of space in here was critical. So almost everything goes back directly to the metal. We tried to put silencing panels in. It works pretty good. We put shelves in here to take it up. We put a magnetic knife holder to take up some space there. Our spices are all magnets and stay up there. I've got 120 volt power that comes up here. We have a full-size bed up here. This comfortable for me at 5'11". We've got a small LED light system up there that just provides some mood lighting when we want it. I put a ram ball mount here so that I can put an iPad up here to watch at night. And we put the guitar so that my feet go all the way to here, but Carrie's shorter, so her feet hopefully don't crush my guitar. To keep it comfortable inside, you know, airflow is critical. So right here above us, we've got a small vent fan. It works nice. It's awful quiet, pretty low draw on amperage. And because it makes a little bit of whistling noise when we're not using it, I mounted magnets around here, and then I sewed magnets in this case so it all just holds up there nice and tight. The LED lights above are on switches here that turn on and off the whole system.
Do you want to tell them about our closet?
So we've got storage. We tried to build into every little compartment. So above the wheel wells, I've got small storage here. We've got closed storage is inside these totes or with these small hang-up sections. And then you can see behind it, an upgrade for this trip, we added an air conditioner that vents out the back of the van, but dumps air in here. And this is kind of a bulkhead between them, so it creates that. This is also, if you can see back there, this has got the inverters back there, so when we're driving we can charge the battery system. There's tripod and the folding chair, one of the two folding chairs that we take with us everywhere. That system's all there. And because we want to keep it comfortable and when we can't run the air conditioner, we have a screen set up that comes down from here to screen in this doorway, and that helps keep it comfortable. And then when we want to come in, I'm poking my head through the screen. So we've got that so we can let it in without letting the bugs in, and it's a fine mesh. And if you've never shopped for screens, the kind that blocks no-see-ums and the kind that doesn't, those are two different types of screen, and it's depending on where you're going, it's really important. Okay, let's take a look out here and I'll show you. So we wanted it to be comfortable in the heat. So on our roof rack, it fits snug inside here. I've got pieces of 3/4 pipe. And then Carrie and I went to Hobby Lobby and bought some cheap fabric, and we figured we did this entire project for less than $20. And there's one more that comes out the center to hold this up. But for $20, we now have a shaded entrance and exit to the van, which again, especially if you park somewhere on a western exposure, is really nice in the afternoon. So we keep moving around. We got a ladder on back. That helps me access what's on top. And on top that's the backup camera. It's got a nice wide view and it also sees in the dark, so it's also our rear of the van security. But I've also got 275 watts of Renogy solar panels up there and another 60 watts of the Goal Zero Boulder solar panels. Also got a cargo enclosure up there, and that helps us with stuff that we don't need routinely. We can stick that in up there, so stuff like our snorkeling gear, sleeping bags, cold weather gear that we only need in certain places can get put away there. So the doors, and this is the nice thing on the Promaster, the doors do a full open. And I've just got some hanging storage here. And then this is a fold-down table, and this just perfectly fits the 2-burner propane stove. On the other door, we hang a small folding table that fits just right here in this space. We can take it off and set something up out here. Actually, this ends up being a nice little workspace outside. And in fact, I can put another piece of fabric over this if I want to shade the back of the van. So from the back, most of the time we try and keep these down, especially when we're rolling. Just helps keep the dust and all the noise down. But when you want to see up, this is where we have tool compartments. So these are both filled with various tools, cordless drills, cordless tools, wrench sets, backpacking equipment, filled with all sorts of stuff like that. Everything that we think we need for the trip. Got a machete close in case there's bears, tire chains. This is the air conditioner. So from here, this exhausts the hot air out. So whenever we are able to plug in somewhere, and this system won't really run on this, I mean it will, but not for a long enough period that it's beneficial. So when we can plug this in, we also put a small fan here to help eject the heat out. Otherwise it does have a tendency to make the bed a little warmer than we like. So the other half, this is a small horizontal propane tank. This is that 2-burner stove that I set up over there. And this is the Goal Zero Yeti. This is kind of the centerpiece of the electrical system. So we're able to bring multiple inputs in, and those can be, these are AC inputs. These are AC inputs. These you just plug them in and they charge. It's also coming from the Renogy solar panels and from the Boulder solar panels, and it gives us 120 volt out, USB out, a small 12 volt system, and the main 12 volt out here. And this is what feeds the lights and the fan and the water pump and the rest of the system. And speaking of which, this is the water pump for the house water system. And we had a dedicated tank before, but I didn't like the idea of being pinned on that, so I put in a little better pump that would be able to pump completely dry without damaging it, and it's self-priming. And so now what I have is I just have a tank there that I can stick the water in, and then this is the end. So this goes down inside the water tank and draws it up. But if we're somewhere where I can hook up, it's a female hose, so I can just hook the hose on here and we have full-time water all the time. So this allows us to, if something goes wrong with this tank, we can just replace it. We can put in a regular, like tank that you would see at an office cooler. That. So there's small switches here. There's a switch to turn on the pump for the water system. That provides power to that. This is the extension hose so that I don't have to move the small horizontal propane tank to cook with the stove. And then from here, when it gets cold enough, we can also feed that through and run a heater inside and not have to use the small 1-pound tanks. I also picked up this trip a small regulator that I can fill 1-pound tanks with, like your standard 20-pound tank, propane tank. So that's pretty cool, and I'm looking forward to that.
Honey, why do you have a Roto-Rooter magnet?
Oh yeah, so this is why we call it the ultimate boondocker. So because, you know, it can be conspicuous with some of these things. It never hurts to blend. And so what we'll do is whichever side is facing traffic, this allows us to come in and sign up. And there's actually less. So if we go to the side, it's easier to see what we really do. So again, it won't pass close inspection. But what we found is that if you want to park on a residential street, as long as you don't make a lot of noise, and as soon as you park, you immediately go to bed, you're not playing music, lights, things like that, that it's close enough that people just think, oh, it's some service van at the neighbor's house, and nobody wants to call the police on the Roto-Rooter man. So, and nobody wants to steal the tools that a Roto-Rooter man has in his van. So we find that all beneficial. Let me give you a view up top. So this is the solar panel setup that we have up there. You can also see we have tucked underneath. I think you can see those are traction pads. Those go under the wheels if we get in a bad way there. And that is our home on wheels. And thanks for letting us give you a tour.